Okay, anyone that knows me or that's been following me will know I've been very excited to come to the MCE Expo Comfort in Milan, especially because we represent Aermec as their Irish distributor, EICL.ie. This is Michaela, Joe King, he's the export sales manager, so I've nabbed him for a few minutes. So I'm going to bring you in, show you a couple of the new products and let you know what's good and what's new.
Welcome.
Okay, so we'll start with the WTX. This is a water-cooled turbo-core compressor, flooded evaporator chiller. Unlike normal flooded evaporators, this type has 50% less refrigerant. So with the cost of refrigerant and with the environmental concerns, this is a really good product. Because it has turbo cores, the part load efficiency is excellent. So we can see this being very popular.
Let me add one aspect regarding the 50% less refrigerant.
Yep.
Is mainly because we are adopting a new technology of the shelling tube flooded evaporator. That is a spray technology. Yep. The spray technology is slightly different than the usual flooded evaporator. Therefore, in order to have a better heat transfer and less refrigerant, we spray the refrigerant inside of the shelling tube evaporator instead to make it fully flooded like before. Okay. That's the reason why of the best efficiency, less refrigerant charge, combined with the turbo technology is an excellent solution.
I noticed the sight glass is down the bottom.
Yeah,
So obviously this is for the level of refrigerant.
Yeah.
As opposed to flooded.
The previous normal flooded was, let me say, the level was completely flooded. Now, let me say, there is a massive difference between the two technologies.
Very good. Yeah. Okay, so just quickly moving on. This is a screw type chiller. The NSG is the range. So they have bitter compressors. So very reliable technology. Using OR1234ZE, which is an extremely low GWP 7, I think.
7, correct.
The classification is A2L.
Yeah.
From memory.
Slightly flammable.
Slightly flammable, but
that's the reason why, because it's slightly flammable. Yeah. This kind of eco refrigerant, adopting this kind of chillers is also, let me say, including the leak detector. So any chiller has inside, let me say, is equipped with a leak detector in order, let me say, to, in case of any leakage, refrigerant leakage, we stop completely the unit, including the power supply, because the power supply could generate, let me say, short circuit, let me say, or any sparking could generate flame.
Very good.
Therefore, there is this kind of device which is stopping the chiller completely.
We noticed that. It was the first time we seen it, that the main isolator was disconnected.
Yeah.
On the first chiller we sold to Cadbury's in Dublin, or Modular as it's called now.
Correct.
Okay, we'll just come down and show you one or two more. Actually, if we come over here.
Yeah. So we have another very important product that is the booster, which is very important. This one,
very good.
which is let me say product that we can produce water till 80 degrees centigrade Celsius, which is a product that will go to replace completely the traditional boilers. Let me say.
Okay.
How is working? This kind of, let me say, booster, heating booster, is a model that can be combined with an existing heat pumps. It can be air-cooled or water-cooled heat pump that is producing traditionally 50 out, 50 centigrade Celsius out, or 55. So in order to elevate the temperature to 80, we combine that unit with this model, and we elevate the temperature from 55 to 80.
Very good. But it's specific to the volume of warm water that's required.
Definitely.
As opposed to many consulting engineers are selecting heat pumps now for projects because they're trying to get more efficient heating without gas, for example. But to achieve typically 60 degrees C, your efficiency is dropping off the higher the temperature, and there's no necessity. There's it's okay.
Do Italy have a rugby team?
Disturbed by the rugby comments.
Then you have to cut here.
We'll finish. Anyway, it's a really good product because if you don't want to run, let's say, a very large heat pump at a high temperature, you can run your heat pump perhaps at a lower temperature.
Yeah.
For fan coils, for example, maybe 35 degrees C, and just use the water booster to boost the water for the warm water demand. So really good.
In particular for domestic hot water, this is an excellent product.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, very good. Okay, finally, we also have the turbo core on the new refrigerant as well.
1234 ZE.
1234 ZE. So,
which is a modular water cooled chiller.
Yeah.
With flooded, seems to be plate, but it's not. This is a shell and tube evaporator. It's not tube. It's a, let me say the shape is like this, but internally there are pipes, like the shelling tube. Exactly the same.
Very good.
So
But more compact.
more compact.
Reduce the refrigerant volume as well. Okay, so that's just a snapshot. There's a lot of other really good stuff. Fan coils down the other end. Maybe we'll come to that later on. Okay, thank you.